so long getting back to my right mind. I don't wanna be on the ground when the time flies. Had so many friends go, I wonder when it's my time. I live every day like I'll die by the nighttime. It took me so long getting back to my right mind.
Honey, I dash, got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, they will not stop me. Tenfold, copy, end zone, watch me celebrate. I'm cocky, I do my dance, jump in the stands. No man, the man, oh, there with the hands. Thought he could guard me, I ruin they plans. I do what I want, they do what they can. Got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, honey, y'all dash, 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 yeah. They can't catch up cause they lacking the stamina. Way too advanced to be playing with amateurs. Stay on attack when I tackle like damager. They react and play it back on the camera. Hot boy, just consider me flammable. Sure shot, I got all the intangibles. Need a leash, I'm a beast, I'm an animal. Heat the competition up like a Hannibal. Know the game like I wrote up the manual. I do weekly what you do on the annual. MVP, that decision unanimous. Hit dials, I don't think they can handle it. Battlefield, it's just me and my warriors. Guaranteed we emerge victorious. Years, blood, sweat, tears, it's glorious. I remember when they always ignoring us. Dash, got it on.
There's a look at one of the most iconic sports venues in the lower 48, built back in 1957 under the title of City Stadium. We are at Lambeau Field in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the San Francisco 49ers and the Green Bay Packers. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
No, 258. Hey, over.
Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, there'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
He's got the first down and more past midfield. And finally taken down at the 35-yard line. That one 28 yards on the ground. Thought they were going to have him down a lot earlier, but he was able to shed that tackle.
Shows the value of the weight room, doesn't it? Shows the value of the attitude when you run the football. Don't go down easily. Break a few tackles. Gain some additional yardage.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on first. Throwing is Rodgers. It's caught here by Adams. 17 yards on the play there as the Packers have the first down as well.
I don't mean to jump in on you, partner, but they didn't waste any time getting downfield, did they? I mean, a nice big play there.
3 plays, 3 successful plays in plus territory. Now this defense on its heels a bit.
It seems like they had something targeted there, doesn't it? It's like, okay, we've got a matchup we like coming right out of the gate. Let's go ahead and get right to it.
And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. Second down and long.
Let him know. Hey, watch that.
Rodgers going to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Jimmy Graham, the intended receiver. And it's third down.
All right, that one fell incomplete there, but the best quarterbacks, they'll miss on 40% of their throws, somewhere in that neighborhood, similar to a great hitter in baseball who's going to fail 7 out of 10 times and still have a great year. In this case, you want perfection, but way better that it hits the ground instead of going to an opposite color jersey.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Mike 5-4. You ain't going no smooth. Right there. 54, right there. 54, Mike.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. This is caught. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Certainly not what they wanted defensively. We're hoping to hold them to a field goal. Instead, they're able to convert the 3rd and long here on the opening drive.
So not only was it a flipping field position and a flipping fortunes, but how about mentally? You just described it. They were hoping to force them into a field goal there. Instead, they give up the big gain, and now it's 1st and goal. The offense has got them on their heels.
And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3. 2nd and goal from the 1. Barkley will try to punch it in, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down. Here's Barkley, and Barkley did not get there. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd. Defense didn't budge on 3rd down. Now what are we going to see on 4th?
We are soon to find out, but does this feel like old school football or what?
Oh,
right?
yeah.
This is an old-fashioned goal line stand. I know what I would call on offense. I would go for it. I want some type of a play where my quarterback has a chance to run it or throw it. I don't just want one static play.
This fielded at the 2. And a very good return, but a penalty marker is down. I'm not sure what this is going to be. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
Excellent field position after the face mask penalty. 1st and 10 out near midfield. Jacobs now. And this will be taken across midfield and into Green Bay territory. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
Six yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Check me out. He's crashing. He's checking crash. Watch out. Slam. Look at me. Go. Shoot.
On 2nd down, Jacobs. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. A gain of 10 and a 49er 1st down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. He'll get a dozen there, and it's a 1st down, 49ers. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
And he'll get it down inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
At the 18-yard line.
A good run got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3. Now to the air. Rock. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. 9 yards on the play there, and it'll set him up 1st and goal.
Mike Football. I'm here.
Here's Jacobs. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. Josh Jacobs, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the 49ers have now taken the lead. Gold with the extra point, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Now Rodgers gets this out to Saquon Barkley. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. Give him 15 there, and the Packers have a first.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now Saquon Barkley. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
319. Hey, 88.
On 2nd and 11 now. Rodgers, and he whips that one incomplete there. He was looking for his favorite target, A.J. Green, that time. And that'll make it 3rd down. By the way, I got to apologize because I just realized for about the last 4 or 5 plays, I'm eking over into your territory up here in the booth. My bad. I'm going to get back over to my spot.
Yeah, we're not talking about our on-air commentary here. I mean, what is all this extra paper? I mean, this is unusual for you.
My bad.
Normally you run a really tight ship. What's going on here?
Just like that incomplete pass, I'm going to try to tighten things up here for this next play. Throwing now is Rodgers. He's got the hook up to Lazard. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 31-yard line.
1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And that's complete to Adams. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. A give to Barkley out of the gun. And he'll get a couple here down to the 22.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. After 1, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. The Packers on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. To throw is Rodgers. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
The field goal unit's going to stay put on the sideline. They're going to go on fourth down here. Rodgers going to go on fourth down. And Rodgers is going to go down. He's sacked. DeForest Buckner with a sack, the former number 7 overall pick.
Now, you know I don't often have sympathy for quarterbacks, but in this situation, I don't know what else he could do. Fourth down, so he can't just throw the ball away. He's got to find a way to try and make a play, but the pressure ended up getting to him.
Pressure got to him. Really big sack and a turnover here on downs. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
First down, San Francisco.
Ready up. 44's Mike. Check. 80 weapons. Switch it. Come on, switch it.
On first down, they go with Jacobs again. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. Stephon Tuitt, the one that got him down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Now a give to Jacobs running right. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
They're running it. 91 is the mic. Been long good for you. Check 91. 91 is the mic. Mike 91. They got it.
Throwing his lock on 3rd down. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. So on 4th down, here's the Australia native Mitch Wishnowsky to punt this one away. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you've got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you've got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board. So let's see if it changes a little bit in the same spot again.
Well, we'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
Like so many tight ends nowadays, they have no problem at all putting him in the slot and letting him go to work. And that's a nice pitch and catch right there for a 1st down.
Rodgers now 7 and 10 here in this 1st half, and he's got a 1st and 10. Now Cook. He's got a 1st down and then some at midfield. And finally brought down at the 43. That good for 22 and a 1st down. One thing that's great about watching him run, Charles, he doesn't hesitate. He got to the left side of his O-line and just went.
So there's 2 ways to look at that. One, just absolutely unconcerned, just takes off and goes. but more the latter, I think, which is he has absolute confidence in the guys in front of him, the guys doing the blocking for him. He just takes it and goes with abandon.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll run with Barkley. Nifty move. They'll be brought down at the 21 after a pickup of 4.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Rodgers. And that's complete. It's Green here. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. That one a 1st down pickup of 8. A 1st down carry for Barkley. And this carry, despite the good move, will be stopped short of the 10. There to stop him on the defensive side, Fred Warner. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
54's Mike. 54's Mike.
Rodgers now to throw. And he slings one that's incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the 2nd quarter, a lot of time to change things. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Here's Rodgers to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Another good drive, Charles, but it looks like another that might end in a field goal try.
They've made some nice plays. They've given themselves opportunities, but as you noted, another field goal attempt coming up. And that's not how they want to end drives. They've got to figure out what's the final touch that they need to push it across the goal line.
Yeah, still yet to find the end zone. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
At their own 25-yard line.
Got it.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage.
Leverage.
Big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. Now a dump off here complete. He'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They've become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. 2 yards and able to get the 1st down in the process.
Good one, boy. Let's go.
First
Let's
down,
go.
49ers.
Two minutes remaining in this first half of football. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
2nd and 5 now. Block, buying time to his left. There's the Washington Husky. It's Dante Pettis. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, it was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice 1st down.
8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. They run it with Jacobs. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
Here we go, D. Get off the field. Ready?
On first down, Jacobs. And able to work his way down to the 16. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number one. The previous run good for 9. Here's second and a yard. Watt going to throw. Open man is Samuel, complete. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Now the Niners going to signal for their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half.
Let's go now. 18 Gator. Set the tone, defense. Set the tone, defense. Now.
From the gun, it's Locke. And he will find his receiver, Pettis, for a 49ers touchdown. Dante Pettis, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead.
Touchdown, San Francisco.
They had to go to the monitor, get an extra look. That's what the technology is for. And this touchdown will count. Gold able to tack on the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. This one fielded at the 5. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line.
Let's go.
They're on 31-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down. And it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times.
And that's caught inside the 30. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Working from the gun, Rodgers. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left. Devontae Adams, the intended receiver. And now it's second down. Here's second and 10 now from the 29.
Go, go, go. Right there. 54. Right there. Right there. 54. Hey, orbit. Here we go.
To throw is Rodgers. To throw again. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up third.
Brings up a third down and 10 yards to go.
So now 3rd and 10. A big play to start the drive, but nothing since.
Hey, defense. Hey, defense. Let's go.
Rodgers again now. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Richard Sherman. And he will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. So we have reached halftime here in what's an 8-point game. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, it's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well as we are back and started in the second half. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. 49er offense set to get this drive underway. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys are tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. They'll get a dozen there, and it's a first down, 49ers. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Here's Jacobs. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. He'll get a dozen there, and it's a first down, 49ers. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Now a carry for Jacobs. 15 for the Niners there, and a first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
On 2nd down, it's Coleman. He's got the first down inside the 10. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Tevin Coleman, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Gold with the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. And their halftime hole now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Hey, Black. See what you got. Check. Box it. Check, Mike 57. Get ready. 26. Hey, Charlie.
On 2nd down and 4. Rodgers, the left side throw complete to Adams. 14 yards, good for a Packer first down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target, and he's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Getting the sack to 227-pound linebacker Quan Alexander.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
57. Mike, 57. Danny. Mike. 57's the Mike. 57's the Mike. Hey, Haywood.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. Incomplete. He had his hands on it but couldn't pick it. But it's now 4th down.
Incomplete.
Well, we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. Still just the third quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on fourth.
Mike by four, Mike by four. Bravo. Hey, watch the screen, watch the screen.
Here we go on fourth down with Rodgers. He's got his man here. It's Green. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 13 yards, first down, Packers.
First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is first and 10 at the 47. They go back to the ground now with Barkley. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be second and 6.
Second and 6. Come on, QB, come on.
At the 49ers, 44-yard
57 to Mike. 57 to Mike. It's a party now.
From the 44, Rodgers. Green brings it in. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
Be ready, be ready.
They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first. Move the chains, a gain of 7 on third down. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on first and 10. To throw, it's Rodgers. That's complete to the former Aggie, Jay Sternberger. Now the ball comes loose, and now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And they will take over at the 26-yard line. So they need to determine if that knee was down before the ball was coughed up.
And they also wanted to make sure that the ball was possessed as they were going through, that the ball wasn't working its way free before the knee hit the ground.
On second down, Cook. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe they even let you play.
First and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Check. Switch, switch, switch. Tight dog, tight dog, tight dog. Rush in, rush in, rush in. Look again.
They run again on first down, Cook. A solid pickup of 13 sets him up first and goal.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
3 red zone trips have yielded just 2 field goals for them to this point, so they'll be searching for something more on second and goal here. They'll try and run for it with Barkley. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Only a yard that time, second and goal. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on second and goal. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's second and goal now.
Motion, motion, motion. Hey, watch that.
Now they'll throw with Rodgers. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.